I've already noticed myself using this pack for like the beginning of a production where I just pick drum one-shots, kicks and snares and percussions, but then later on if I have to spice everything up with drum fills and so on, so I've been like using this every 5 minutes in my current productions, to be fair. The idea was that we had this big studio around the corner with a big recording room that could fit a whole drum kit, and Pat plays some amazing drums, so we thought we could just record him playing like all kinds of heavy metal fills, you know, the kind you use in heavy dubstep right now. Then we just spent 3 days in the studio recording all kinds of one-shots, loops and fills with him.
I've never recorded a pack in this format and tracked the way we tracked this. And I knew how we'd be tracking before going into it, so what I did was, I thought it'd be great to jump on Instagram and hit up all of my producer friends and ask them what they wanted. I wanted to get a general feel from everybody who's in the scene. And everyone was saying like stomping fills, top loops, you know, cymbals and things that people can add into their already existing stuff that just brings in a new layer of like spice to the mix, so yeah.
So here's the project file of the first session we had on day one. Let's see what Pat played in this one. And we've got some top loops in here as well, where he was just playing like cymbals and hi-hats. So these are all not very edited, so I would have all this raw material to then assemble. Something I definitely found that was really cool to use was just having like a sausage microphone in the middle of the drum kit that'll just be like right between the toms above the kick drum, that'll just like capture everything a little bit, and it'll sound real trashy and mono, but if you like distort it, compress it, can mix it in with the rest, and just like this whole dynamic of mixing like direct mic signals with room mics and overhead mics was a really cool learning experience for me. Then there's a folder called Pat that's just him muttering on about not getting stuff right, but I just kept like all his vocal samples in this.
Alright, let's slam some one shots.
Oh yeah, these are great.
Wait, let's try that again. What about there?
Yeah, love those. What I liked was also that at some point we just had some people come over, like Ross was there, and we were like about 6-7 people in the room with the drum mic, so I was just like, hey, let's just all record like gang shouts, stomp on the ground, clap, hit everything we can find and stuff, so we got some like cool like group stomps in there and big crowd claps.
Real body percussion.
Yeah, they came out cool. Seriously good as well.
I really like those.
It sounds like wartime.
Like big cinema, tom hits, and then you have like the taiko stick, where everyone's stomping in the room. So if you just put them in here, you can like arrange them to get a really cool cinematic loop. So we'll go stomp, stomp, clap, stomp, stomp, clap, something like that. And then maybe layer the big stomps with some of the cinematic toms and stuff. I'm just like alternating between all these different hits, so it doesn't sound like I'm using the same one over and over, so we don't get this like annoying kind of gunshotty drum repetition sound. If you're missing something here, you can go into the top loops and get like some shakers on top of this or something to brighten it up again. Yeah, this is just immediately creates new ideas. Dramatic rhythm intro drums already done. Beautiful. I also went to some music store before and just bought all kinds of random percussion just to like hit, to like tie to the snare, like a cowbell, but also like just some stuff that rattles to like tape to the snare drum. So like every snare drum would have like a little rattle to it and stuff. We'd just mess around with that.
Yeah, I had a couple iPhones, a wallet, egg, maraca, shaker things hanging off the snare at one point. We were layering up.
Yeah. With like most sample packs, all the drums are like very electronic and very processed, and they all sound very different. But if you only have like one drum kit, you have to get crafty to make it sound, like to make it create lots of different sounds. So that's what we were going for here.
Well, there was one point where like Pat was playing drums, and both me and Val were like grabbing cymbals at the same time, shakers, and just doing some weird like fun stuff that normally we usually have like a song we have to play and get the track done for, whereas this was just like, let's just have fun.
With some cowbell fun and people shouting.
Yeah, that one was sick.
Yeah, of the
See, this is how crazy manipulated we were getting with it. Things started not sounding like drums by the end of it. And because they mainly weren't. That could have been some fencing outside.
I put some of the like sticks on the rims through like a bit crusher and stuff.
Sick.
Oh, I think that's the cowbell as well. It's like one of these. Oh yeah, right.
Yeah.
With like proper processing. And these were even more just like sticks and stuff. I think an important thing was for like, at least for me, to like start with a list of stuff we want to do. Like fills in this tempo, fills in that tempo, loops in this tempo, then record every like, one shots and so on. So I have like a little game plan of what to do. And then once you're through that, you can go and just mess around.
Yeah, I'd say the biggest tip for going into anything, whether it's a pack or making any kind of production, would be just to prepare well. Because it's as old-fashioned as it is, fail to prepare to fail, because you're going to get to the room and it's paid time in a studio and you've got, like, let's say we had, 2-3 days in the live room, and if there was no preparation on my side for the drums, or Val wasn't, like as methodic and systematic as he was with his producing abilities, then we would have struggled and it would have been more studio time, and who knows, we probably would have got sick of the idea. Because it's a lot of work. It's athletic on my side. It's physically and mentally exhausting for Val. He'll be there producing in a seat, staring at Ableton for 12 hours in a day for 3 days on the trot. It's like 36 hours right there. It's like, that takes a toll on people. So unless what you're creating is incredible and worth it, you will get mentally exhausted. It's like an athlete who hits a wall in a marathon and they just go, they break down because they cannot give anymore. But we got through all of those little like hiccups and stuff and ended up getting, like I said, some serious magic. And
the most important thing is just have fun. I think that that speaks through recordings more than anything else. So.